Hey everybody, this is Derek for the Grumpy Guy Show, talking about episode number 125. It's a Luxury VP. Recorded on Tuesday, January 30th, 2024. Tonight's topics: rectangles, planks, and politics. Stick around if you want to see how they all relate. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Grumpy Guy Show. I'm Derek McAllister.
And I'm Ryan McAllister.
So tonight, Ryan's fan on his laptop seems to be playing games with us, so apologize for the hiss and hum coming through his microphone, but we're not pros. We're not pros. We're cheap. We've got his laptop's what is it? It's got to be 5 years old now, something like that. I don't know. Probably needs to be cleaned out.
It's old.
Yeah, probably needs to be cleaned out, get some of the, get some dust out of there and everything so that the fan can be more efficient. And probably play around and find a different version of Linux, because I have a feeling that's part of your issue as well. But, who knows? We'll see. Just more things to do. So, just a warning again that, I shouldn't say again necessarily, but there is a possibility of this being a short show. Who knows? I don't think the topics that I have in here are things that are going to take a long time to discuss, but there are other topics that we might be able to throw in. So what do you say we get into it?
All right. What's going to kick us off?
So, the topic title is Looks Like an iPhone.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite things to complain about, in that, so everybody knows that when the iPhone comes out, and anybody who really follows Android knows that, the top of the line Google branded device comes out in September, October, November timeframe. Which means the current device, the Pixel 8, just came out a few months ago. Mm-hmm. And I saw an article talking about the Pixel 9. Renders of the Pixel 9 looks just like an iPhone. I'm like, okay, there's basically three different style phones, folks. You have the foldable that's like a book fold. Like, I think Samsung's... I can't even think of Samsung's, but Google just came out with the Galaxy Pixel Fold. Yes, the Galaxy Fold. And then there's the flip style, which there's a couple of companies that have it. Motorola has the Moto Razr, and Galaxy... I think it's a Galaxy Z Flip is Samsung's version. But then everything else is a rectangle. That's it. Just a freaking rectangle. Oh, it looks like an iPhone. They all look the same.
Yeah.
Some of them have more rounded corners than others. But they're all the same. So what the hell?
I don't know.
And they're talking about it. And it's, seriously, people, it's freaking drawings that somebody did. It has absolutely nothing to do with what the final product is going to look like. And, seriously.
Exactly.
It's 9 months before the stupid thing's going to be released. 8 months before it's even freaking discussed. Probably 6 months before Google accidentally leaves one in a freaking bar. It's not like I've seen any article saying, oh, the iPhone 45, or whatever the next number is, looks just like the iPhone 44.
45?
Yeah, seriously. The previous generation of iPhone looks the same as the current generation of iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
They're all the same. They're a freaking rectangle.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Why do we feel the need to actually support these companies with these stupid, oh, this is what's coming out on the next Pixel. Or this is what's coming out on the next iPhone. Wait until the damn thing comes out. And then you don't have to go back and, we gotta correct this. Because you know what's going to happen? It's going to be those stupid articles I talked about a couple of weeks ago where, it was written in January 2022, best iPhone of 2024. They're just going to put a stupid update in there and get everybody to go back through and look at it. They make it so that by doing that stupid little update, it starts showing up again in everybody's searches, So they get somebody to go back and look at that article, and then they realize, oh, well, I came here, and this is from 2 years ago, so, well, let me look at the current article. So now the stupid magazine, the online magazine, gets double hits. Yep. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But, I've complained about it before as far as the, all of these, oh, this is what's happening, this is what's coming. Until you know, shut up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well. All right. So like I said.
What do we know?
Yeah. Like I said, quick topic. So let's move on to the third topic that I actually have in here, not the second one. We'll go kind of out of order of how I entered it. So we're going to talk about luxury. So, yeah, your mother's been on, she's been binging a home improvement series. And, I watch it just because it's there, it's on. I mean, it's not a horrible one, but it's honestly, it's the same basic premise as a lot of them now, where it's a husband and wife team that, go through and do stuff, or I should say do stuff. Put that in quotes, because 90% of the time, the only stuff they're doing is what's recorded on camera. The rest of the time, it's all done by a huge crew, and they make it seem like, oh, they do all of this work.
Yep.
And then there's always drama. Oh, you're not going to believe this. And then, they cut to commercial and come back. Oh, you're not going to believe this. And it's like they make it out to be this huge thing. And it's, yeah, we gotta replace this outlet. It's going to cost us $15,000 to move it over 4 feet.
Wow.
But at any rate, so everybody's seen how, you think back to the 80s, 90s, whatever, but even before that, linoleum or vinyl flooring, real cheap. And the reason that it was used in so many houses is because it's real cheap. So the biggest thing on this show is LVP. And I'm like, at first I was like, what the hell is that? So then, they kept talking about it and talking about it.
That was my first thought.
Yeah. They kept talking about it and, everybody, oh, I really want LVP. I'm like, okay. Luxury vinyl.
What is it?
Luxury vinyl planks. I'm like, okay.
That's literally just linoleum.
Yeah, it's vinyl. Linoleum's, I guess linoleum's similar, but, it's vinyl. I'm like, okay, so the stuff that, like, we got, hey, oh, I'm going to have to tell your mother. We've got luxury vinyl plank in the downstairs bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
And you want to know the worst part about it?
What?
We bought it at Ollie's. Good stuff, cheap. And no, folks, they're not paying us. But it's at a discount store. Yeah, it's at a discount store. How luxury can it be if it's at a discount store? This is what this is is these people have watched this show and they've fallen into the trap of, this is luxury because they call it luxury. This is special.
Yep.
You know, I mean, if it was really, truly special, you're paying these people like $200,000 to, you know, change like 5 rooms in your house. If it, you know, if it was really, truly luxury, they'd be putting down some nice hardwood floors. Not vinyl planks that look like hardwood floors. I'm just like, seriously. And, you know, this one lady in this one episode, I want luxury vinyl plank. I'm like, okay. So you want to pay and this was one that they were shelling out like $250,000 for this for these renovations. And I want luxury vinyl plank. I'm like, okay, you've got gorgeous hardwood floors there and you want them to rip those out just to put in vinyl? All right.
Why?
Because the hardwood floors don't have luxury in the name. I'm sure if they started calling it luxury hardwood floors, you know, everybody would want these luxury hardwood floors.
Yep.
But, you know, and that's the biggest problem there is. You know, people are just so dense that they just follow along. Oh, yeah, it must be good. It's got luxury in the name.
Yep, totally.
And every time I hear that, all I can think of, it's a major award. I won it.
I won it.
I don't know. I'm just like, come on, people. Do some homework and figure out what the hell it is that you're buying. I mean, for the price of, for what they're getting charged for this stuff, they can actually get, it might be low-end hardwood floors, but they can actually get hardwood floors.
Luxury hardwood floors.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe that's what I should do, you know? Just take advantage of the fact that everybody wants vinyl and start selling hardwood floors. Call them luxury.
That's how you sell it.
Oh, my. Well, I told you, another short topic there. So now we'll go to what may be a long topic that leads into some potentially other large topics.
Okay.
We're going to delve into the campaign for former President Trump.
Ooh.
So, for many years, there have been a lot of difficulties getting anything done regarding the border. And now in the Senate, they are supposedly quite close to coming to a bipartisan deal surrounding the border.
Wow.
And the Republicans are being told by the Trump campaign not to pass anything.
Of course.
Yeah. Don't pass anything because it would be bad for my campaign. I'm like, so all you're going to do is you're going to tell them and convince them not to pass anything so that you can say in your campaign, Joe Biden hasn't done anything at all about the border crisis.
Yep.
Couldn't have anything to do with the fact that you dumbass, told them to stop.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, I mean, it's so pathetic that we're so focused on politics and getting yourself reelected that we're saying we don't care about the human problem that there is. What we care about is getting reelected so that I can line my pockets with money. Because, some people will point out that Trump did not collect his money while he was president. His salary. He didn't collect it. What they won't point out is the fact that just about every single thing that he could move to one of his properties was moved to one of his properties, where he made major profits.
Yep.
Big time profits. He had world leaders at Mar-a-Lago for meetings. Yeah. Instead of at the White House, where there's already all kinds of security and and everything else like that. Nope. We got to go to Mar-a-Lago. Mar-a-Lago's got everything we need. So does the White House. And it doesn't cost us additional money.
Mm-hmm.
But, that's just another one of those things that people just won't look at. You're not supposed to be able to do stuff like that. Plain and simple. You're not supposed to be able to make it so that while you are in office, you are not supposed to be able to do things that make it so that your personal business profits.
Yeah, that's a conflict of interest.
Exactly. And I have a feeling that at some point that will be brought up, and he will be brought up on charges for that.
He was supposedly forced to give up his businesses. I don't believe that he actually did.
Well, there's always loopholes with that. And that's the thing. He pays enough lawyers that he knows, and they know, all of those loopholes so that he can get away with not actually selling the business.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, he
gave them to his children.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like his children ever stopped being employed. They were still employed with Trump, whatever, Trump Holding or whatever. I don't know what the hell it's called, but
Trump Organization, I believe.
They were still gainfully employed. My guess is, he did something that actually made it so, it appeared that he didn't own it.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm sure
it appeared that they had taken over.
Yeah. Yeah. And, I'm sure that he's not the first one that's done it. Except what I'm also sure of is that he's probably the one that hit it the worst.
Yeah.
He spent all of his time at his golf course playing golf.
Yeah.
And he was entertaining.
I believe he played golf more than any other president while in office.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. Because he really didn't, he didn't act as president.
No, he didn't.
He was truly about, look at me, I'm in history books now. And that's why nothing got done. And that's why, if he gets reelected, nothing's going to get done again. Because it's going to be more golf and more of what we're dealing with now. It's just going to continue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not saying Biden is any better because there's so many issues because of his son and how his son acted and all this other crap that we're going to be dealing with that if Biden's elected.
So we're basically screwed either way.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're more screwed if Trump is if he wins.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't know. I mean, as I said when Paige was on, none of these presidents really give a crap about anybody else. All they care about is getting themselves in history.
Other than themselves.
Yeah. They just want their name down in history.
Much.
But what that's gonna kind of lead to is talking about the attacks that killed 3 service members recently.
Mm-hmm.
And this, you're obviously way too young to remember because it was, I was still in high school. But
yeah.
There was a time where, this attack was unprovoked. and
Right.
and the government's response, the Biden administration's response, has been taking forever.
Mm-hmm.
And I look back at when Reagan was president and we were attacked. The response was swift,
Mm-hmm.
and when we found out about the response, it was very quickly after the event, and it was swift. And
Right.
he came on the air and said, we showed them not to mess with America, basically.
Right.
And, now it's like 3 days later, and Biden's like, yeah, we're going to retaliate. We're going to take care of this. Okay, when?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's all I want to know. When?
What's your plan?
I understand that he's concerned about, accidentally escalating things, but he's already spoken, he's already spoken to Iran. And Iran says, hey, we're not actually doing this. We're, we've told our people, knock it off, not to attack Americans.
Yeah.
So, I think Iran has the message that they really don't want to get into a war that's going to drag the Americans in.
Yeah.
And he's playing around. And it's not like we're really going to be putting service members on the line. We're going to shoot missiles at these things from 50 miles away. It's not like we're going to be going there with handheld rocket launchers. No. I don't know. I don't get it, And of course you're going to get all kinds of people, oh, Trump would take care of this. No, Trump won't take care of it. Trump would say, oh, these are very, very good people.
No, he wouldn't. Exactly.
Yeah, they're very good people. I love them. It's just...
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, we're being mocked.
Because he
basically.
says that about all sorts of bad people.
Yeah, I mean, we're setting ourselves up for mockery because we've got a president that's sitting in there right now that's taking his time doing stuff. And then what's going to happen? Well, we're either going to have him again or we're going to go back to a president who just thinks everybody's the greatest person in the world because, well, I'm just trying to show that I can negotiate and nobody else can.
Nobody makes better deals than me.
Yeah. Yeah, but you also look like a clown, so. I don't know. It's we're just in a rough place. If these are the best two candidates that we can put out there, we're in a really, really bad place.
We're screwed.
Yeah. But,
If these are our options, then we're screwed.
Yeah, and unfortunately, these are our options. The Democrats know that they don't have somebody who's going to be able to stand up to Trump and beat him beyond Biden, and I really don't think that Biden can, unfortunately. But, the Republicans don't... Well, I don't know. It's going to depend. If he can actually get Trump to debate, then yeah, Trump is going to show that he's an idiot. That's why he's not debating in the Republican primaries, because his campaign has said, no, you look like an idiot when you're out there. You show that you really, truly don't know what you're doing. So they've held him out. Which is why I think it was very smart for Nikki Haley to say, hey, you know what? If he's not coming to the debate in New Hampshire, I'm not going either. So...
Yep.
I don't know. We're in for a rough ride as far as politics is concerned, no matter what happens.
Yeah.
If Biden does happen to win, it's going to be a situation where the Republicans continue with trying to, find something to impeach him on. You know,
Yep.
I don't understand their thoughts that they can impeach him based on his son's actions.
Yeah, I don't see that either.
That's a really, really big stretch if you ask me, but you know, what the hell do I know there? But, you know, it's going to be that, and
You
of course,
can't incriminate someone over what their kid did.
yeah,
What their adult kid did.
unless you enabled them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that shooter, I can't remember where it is, but his parents bought him a gun, and now they're being held accountable.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, if it's something like that, okay. You know, if Biden actually said, hey, yeah, go ahead, give him my name, drop my name in there so that you get what you need or want, okay, that's a little different. But they don't have any evidence.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no evidence, unlike everything that's going on with Trump. There's evidence. You know, there's very little evidence at all that I'm aware of, based on what I've seen and read, that indicates the president had anything to do with the actions of his son.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. I mean, so once the primaries are over, it's gonna be really, really rough, because I truly do not believe that Nikki Haley is going to be able to beat Trump.
No, she won't.
And, you know, there's some people claiming to be running in the Democratic Party, but I don't think that anybody's going to be able to bump out Biden. So we're going to have another Biden-Trump, you know.
Yeah, there's nobody strong enough to knock out Biden.
Yeah. Which means we're going to have another Biden-Trump showdown, which, you know, it's going to mean several months of listening to a bunch of lies and a bunch of crap. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So, get used to it, folks. It means we're going to have a lot to complain about. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Strap in and enjoy the ride.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a limit to how much I can talk politics. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks. I'm sure you heard that music starting up in the background.
Good night.
We'll see you.